Midjourney might ban certain images this election season. The FCC says robocalls that use AI-generated voices are illegal. And Bluesky added nearly 1 million users one day after opening to the public. It's Friday, February 9th, and this is Engadget News. With the rise of artificial intelligence tools that can quickly create modified images and videos, making fake images to spread political misinformation leading to the upcoming U.S. presidential election has become easier than ever. Midjourney's solution to that might be to ban political images altogether. David Holtz, Midjourney's CEO, reportedly told users during a chat session on Discord that the company is close to banning images such as those of Biden and Trump over the next 12 months. As Bloomberg noted, people had previously used the company's AI to generate deepfakes of Trump getting arrested. The company ended free trials for its AI image generator after those images, along with those infamous deepfakes of the Pope wearing a Balenciaga-inspired coat, went viral. At the moment, the company already has rules in place prohibiting the creation of misleading public figures and event portrayals with the potential to mislead. Bloomberg was still able to create modified images of Trump covered in spaghetti using the older version of Midjourney's system, though, whereas the newer version refused to generate modified images of the former president. Of course, even if Midjourney does ban images of high-profile politicians, it will only be protecting its platform from drawing the ire of critics and becoming the center of attention this election season. It will not prevent the use of AI tools in political disinformation campaigns or the spread of fake information meant to manipulate the elections as a whole. Other tech companies have also taken steps to help prevent political disinformation, or at least to help make it easier to identify. ChatGPT will soon start tagging images created using DALL-E 3, while Meta is working to develop technology that can detect and signify whether an image, video, or audio clip has been generated using artificial intelligence. The Federal Communication Commission is moving forward with its plan to ban AI robocalls. Commissioners voted unanimously Wednesday in favor of a declaratory ruling that was proposed in late January. Under the measure, the FCC deems robocalls made using AI-generated voices to be artificial voices per the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. That makes the practice illegal. The ruling takes effect immediately. The Telephone Consumer Protection Act, or TCPA, is a 1991 law that bans artificial or recorded voices being used to call residences without the receiver's consent. As the FCC pointed out last month, under the TCPA, telemarketers need to obtain prior express written consent from consumers before robocalling them. If successfully enacted, this declaratory ruling would ensure AI-generated voice calls are also held to those same standards. The FCC vote in favor of the ban comes at somewhat of an inflection point for AI. Not only have such technologies become vastly more widespread over the last year or so, an AI-generated version of President Joe Biden's voice was used in a recent robocall that urged Democrats not to vote in New Hampshire's presidential primary. A criminal investigation into that incident is underway, given that we're in an election year and the volume of misinformation and disinformation is already likely to rise. Clamping down on AI robocalls now seems like a wise move. While state attorneys general can take action against robocallers, the FCC also has the ability to fine them under the TCPA. Last year, the agency issued its largest ever fine of $300 million against a company that made more than 5 billion robocalls in a 3-month period. Bluesky, the open-source Twitter alternative, has seen a surge in new users this week after opening its platform up to the public. The service has gained more than 850,000 users, bringing its total signups to just over 4 million. The service had been in an invitation-only beta for about a year and had grown to just over 3 million users when it officially opened to the public. It currently has close to 4.1 million signups, according to an online tracker. The surge in new users suggests that there is still ample curiosity about the Jack Dorsey-backed platform that began as an internal project at Twitter back in 2019. It also indicated that Meta hasn't entirely cornered the market for a text-based Twitter alternative. Meta announced last week that the company's Threads app has grown to 130 million monthly users. Bluesky intended to grow at a slower pace so that it could build the platform and the underlying protocol without the added pressure sudden surges in growth can cause. Some of those concerns were borne out this week as a spike in activity led to some technical issues on the site, including problems with the app's custom feeds and a brief outage. The outage was resolved within a couple of hours. Much of Bluesky's future success will hinge on whether it can maintain new growth and keep the interest of all its new users. Threads also saw an initial spike in new users, only for it to drop off before eventually rebounding. Though Bluesky may look a bit like Threads or X, it's a fundamentally different kind of platform and part of the growing movement for decentralized social media. Its open-source protocol functions like a permanently open API, and the site already has dozens of developers building their own experiences. Bluesky also offers more customization features for users, with features like custom algorithms and the ability to choose your own content moderation settings. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and additional articles at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism by contributors Mariella Moon, Chris Holt, and Carissa Bell. This episode was produced by Spoken Layer. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back Monday morning with more tech news from Engadget.